Hello, this is Soprano Musings Abroad, and welcome to 2021, y'all. We made it, okay? This is the first of many from my new series, the Digital Nomad slash Freelancer series, okay? The Introvert Traveler is now postponed because, again, I only had one video and I didn't want to launch that new series with just one video. That wouldn't be fair to y'all nor me. So I decided to shift gears a little bit, and with my experience now traveling abroad and my decision to go full time as a freelance slash digital nomad as far as teaching English online and taking on freelance assignments, I wanted to share that with you guys. Also, I want this to be a documentary, so to speak, for me, kind of like a time capsule, if you will, because I'm gonna be sharing all the tea with y'all, like full disclosure, everything. And we're gonna start with this video here, okay? So, right now, I am sitting on exactly $65,667 in student loan debt. Yeah, that's my number. And it's not even for teaching English, okay? Before I was an English teacher, I studied music. I also studied accounting. And I did this at a very young age where I just kind of thought that I can pick and choose whatever I wanted. I didn't really sit down with anyone in financial aid or an advisor when I was going to school because, quite honestly, um, I didn't know. Really, you had these seminars, webinars that you would attend, and as one of the few black people in those spaces, um, no one really reached out to me, and I didn't really know how to convey what it was that I wanted with my studies. So I currently have an AA with accounting technology, and I started working on my bachelor's in accounting, and I decided I didn't want to do that anymore. After going on interview after interview of people doubting my skills, which I was already doubting, didn't help. And having seen people that performed even worse than I did in school come out with accounting jobs for rates that I didn't even think to ask for, I didn't even dare to ask for, um, kind of that was kind of like really that, I'm not gonna lie, that hurt me for the longest time. So I transitioned to what I really wanted to go to school for, which was music. And that was how this channel came to be. Soprano Musings was a very naive woman, and I wanted to study music. I've always wanted to study music, even more so than accounting, but because I didn't learn music theory in high school or even middle school like some of my peers, I had a lot of self-doubt. I had a lot of insecurities, you guys. I was afraid to speak. I didn't even like admitting that I was a soprano in general. I used to try and hide in the alto section. And once I finally had that breakthrough and accepted that I was a soprano as far as my vocal range, that was when I created this channel many, 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 many years ago. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't. And I was struggling. And I hated that because I loved music. And I thought this would be my chance to finally get to study arias and also combine my love of music. And y'all, I tried. My first mistake in that journey was going to a private school. I wanted to leave the city that I was from, and I thought the best way to do that was to just go to another city that was close by, kind of like wean myself off of Florida, so to speak. And long story short, I lasted one semester. Financial reasons. Again, I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't know what kind of questions I should. Again, I didn't know what questions I should be asking. I didn't know where to really look, and Going to financial aid was just such a big ordeal. I didn't like having to do it, but I knew I had to. So I did like the bare minimum, and I didn't really trust advisors because I kept hearing stories about how they would uh, convince people to change majors and things like that. And I was just scared. I was a scared kid who wanted to party all the time. So I didn't have all the information I needed. I was very naive. And yeah, I came back home. Came back home, lived with my pops for a few more years. And I liked my life overall. I did. I really did. But I had this huge weight on my back and it wouldn't leave me alone. And I still wanted to continue studying music. So I finally enrolled in a music program at my local college. The one college I kept trying to get away from, I was right back there. So yeah, I lasted a few more semesters once I started to learn a few more things that I should be asking. And then 45 happened. And I was already in a bad headspace. Um, I was still struggling musically. I couldn't grasp the theory. Like, I understood rudiments. I barely understood Music Theory 1. I had taken a summer of Music Theory 2, and you guys, I think that was quite possibly one of the toughest things I had to do was sit in that class and barely understand what was going on for something I loved for so long. I love singing, and it just sucked. um, so I remember walking home and I was thinking, okay, I'm not going to register for the semester. I'm going to audit the semester to really see if I can give this another shot. I was going to audit it. Then, just a second. Then my fear of what would happen with 45 in office hit me so bad. Like, literally, I couldn't sleep. um, so at this time, I was still studying music, but also the year before that, I had begun taking classes on Coursera. If you followed my original blog, you know this already. So I was taking classes on Coursera to learn how to teach overseas with the TELF and TESOL and all that stuff. So at this time, follow along. At this time, I was studying music, studying teaching as well, and I made a decision, like really quick decision. This decision I made almost within 2 weeks. I said I'm leaving. Like, literally, when I knew in March, I think it was, yeah, it was in March when it was announced that who we have currently in office was running for president. Once I knew for sure that he would become president, I was gone. Like, I literally, I maxed out my credit card, went to Thailand, and that was the journey of me starting to teach abroad. So the goal with this series is to help people avoid any pitfalls that I may have already experienced. so 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 the goal with this digital nomad freelancer series is to give you guys as much information as I possibly can on how to start your journey. There's lots of information out there on where you can go and what visas you can get, and I will share that information with you as it comes, but I really want this to serve as like a prerequisite for anyone that's in the States and you feel like you're stuck and you want to get out so bad. And so you may be tempted to take a um, not so clear path to doing that. I don't want that for y'all. So I'm going to start this series with the intent on giving you questions to ask yourselves before you make that leap into becoming a digital nomad or a freelance worker abroad. Especially now that I'm back in the States, I really want that for y'all. So that is why I have decided to create this series. And we're going to start, I had to start with sharing my story. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. Let me know what pitfalls you have encountered along your journey into digital nomad or freelancing. And really, my goal is to give that information to you guys as well as share my journey along the way, because I don't plan on being in the States any longer than I have to be. Like, for real, you guys, I don't want to be here any longer than December. I would love to leave in June. Okay? Hear me. I would love to leave in June, but I don't want to be here any longer than December. So I have implemented what I call the 369 plan, okay? 369. So I am currently looking for places, countries that I can stay in for at least a minimum of 3 months, a max of 9 months. And there are so many visas becoming available right now. There's so many things to consider. But again, again, this series is meant to get you thinking about the why. I don't want you to focus so much on the how. There's plenty of options as to how to do this and what you need to do. And I will, again, share that with you. I'm also going to relaunch my blog so you can find stuff on there as well. But I really want you to ask yourselves why. Why is it that you want to do this? What is it that you hope to achieve from doing this? How can you feasibly make this work for you instead of being burnt out and overworked? And I'm going to share everything. I'm going to share all the online platform information that I am currently on now because, again, I'm teaching English online. I'm going to share all that with you without name dropping. So if you have any cute or clever names that I can name a few of these online companies, let me know because I don't want to get sued for slander or anything like that. But I want you guys to have the knowledge that you need to make more informed decisions because I'm pretty sure I could have saved myself not only a lot of money, but a lot of heartache and a lot of anxiety if I had just simply knew what questions to ask on this journey. So that's the whole point, again, of this new series. So my first question for all of you: why do you want to try making a lifestyle? Why do you want to try to make a career out of becoming a digital nomad? Why do you want to try to make a career out of becoming a freelancer? What is it that is driving you to this point? Ask yourself that seriously, why? And if it helps you, keep a journal, like write things down so that way you can look back at it later, and if something changes, you can write that down and write down why it has changed. Because I feel like most of us, especially in the US, we sometimes we romanticize certain things, and that propels us into a direction that we probably would have at least reconsidered before getting there. And I want you guys to start asking yourself the hard questions. And you can lie to everybody else, you can lie to me, just I don't want you lying to yourselves, okay? So that is my first question for you all with this series. And each time I have a video like this, I'm going to end it with a question, and I want you to seriously answer that question. So again, you can lie to me, but don't lie to yourselves. So ask yourselves why. Why is it that you want to make a career out of becoming why is it that you want a career as a digital nomad? Why is it that you want to now pursue this career as a freelance worker? Ask yourselves that. And if you are really feeling froggy, go ahead and share with me in the comments below. And if you're really feeling froggy, go ahead and share with me in the comments below your reason, because I really would love to know, and I really want to help you guys make informed decisions before you get your passport, before you go through all the work to getting your visas, before you get your visas and you find yourself 1,000 miles away and completely overwhelmed and stressed out. So thank you again so much for watching this new Digital Nomad Freelance series. I'm Soprano Musings, and as always, be inspired, stay inspiring, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!